If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, you can tell me that you hate my videos, but the best way to do that is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Johnny Fastlane here. So, Iggy Azalea and Playboi Carti get robbed, and Post Malone wins Best Rap Album of the Year at the AMAs. Boosie shows love to Bobby Shmurda, and Tay-K doesn't like the way he's portrayed in the media. Let's talk hip-hop. Alright, yo, so this situation is bugged out, right? So y'all know, right, that Playboi Carti and Iggy Azalea are together, right? They've been together for years, right? Anyway, so they have a rental home in Atlanta, and basically what happened was, I guess Iggy Azalea was home when somebody just like broke in and like robbed their crib or whatever, but they didn't really break in, right? And I kind of think it's an inside job of like one of Iggy's friends or maybe Playboi Carti's friends, because they knew too much about what was going on. So the whole situation that happened was Iggy Azalea was at home, right? I think that she was on the first floor in their house, and she left the back door open for, I guess, Playboi Carti to come in because Playboi Carti wasn't there at the time, right? So anyway, whoever robbed them knew that, one, the back door was going to be open, so they snuck in. About 9:50 p.m. last week, right, the middle of last week, they took a bag, a designer bag that they, I guess, knew for a fact that, you know, Iggy Azalea and Playboi Carti keep all their jewelry in there, right? So there was watches, chains, bracelets, earrings, a whole bunch of stuff. $366,000 worth of jewelry and diamonds, right? That somebody took. They knew exactly where to take it and where it was, and they knew exactly what was in that bag, and then they got out of there within 10 minutes, right? So Iggy Azalea does have a surveillance camera footage that she gave over to the police, but, you know, there's no footage inside of the house. You know, they didn't have cameras all inside the crib, right? The person who robbed them had a black mask on. They had a gun in their hand when they was doing it. It was one person only. It looked like a guy. And other than that, they don't know who it is or, you know, who it could possibly be, right? But for me, I'm thinking that it's got to be somebody that they know, because they knew how to get in, they knew a bag to grab, and they knew to get out, and they also knew that Playboi Carti wasn't going to be home. I don't know if they knew that Iggy Azalea was going to be there, but they knew enough to know that the back door was closed. I mean, that the back door was unlocked, right? But, you know, I guess we'll see what happens, but that's all we know for now. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Last night was the AMAs, right? The American Music Awards, and Sierra was hosting, actually, right? And I didn't really watch it. I wasn't really interested. You know, sometimes these award shows can like drag on and on and on and on, but I knew I would like catch the highlights or whatever, right? But the whole situation is that, you know, a bunch of people won and all that's cool and everything like that, but we're talking rap and we're talking hip-hop because that's the name of the show, right? So the best rap album of the entire year, right, could have went to, I don't know, maybe like Meek Mill, I don't know, maybe like Dreamville or Travis Scott or even Drake, right? But it went to Post Malone, right? And a lot of people said, best rap album of the year goes to who? Come again? Post Malone, right? Like, since when is Post Malone a rapper, right? That's like giving Taylor Swift best rap album of the year, right? So the whole situation is, yes, in Post Malone's music, he uses a lot of rap elements and elements from hip hop, but he's not necessarily a rapper. So why did they give that award to him, right? That's what I'm saying, right? But also a couple years ago, Post Malone did an interview and they asked him about being a rapper, and he said, I just want to make it clear, I'm not a rapper. You know, I use elements of hip hop in my music, but my music is kind of genreless, right? So I can move through different genres, and he's really like more of a pop artist, he said, and more like on the rock side, and even country singing, he said that he is more into, and that he wouldn't even put on rap music to, you know, calm down or relax or just chill, or if he's just riding, he doesn't even really listen to rap, you know, that, and this is what Post Malone said, right? So, you know, you got to really put aside, you know, cultural appropriation and, you know, the term culture vulture and how Lord Jamar feels about Eminem. Let's put all that aside in a box for right now And let's just talk about how Post Malone himself said he wasn't a rapper, but because he uses elements of hip hop, they gave him Best Rap Album of the Year. Maybe they did it because Post Malone fans are watching the AMAs and they want him and they want the ratings, right? Post Malone was also the highest nominated rapper last night, or the highest nominated person last night. But he only won one award. He was nominated for 7, he only won 1, but he won a big one, which is the Best Rap Album of the Year, right? So all of that is just kind of weird and funny to me, right? And not only me. So the entire Twitter sphere is upset about it too, and pretty much people are like, wow, this can't be life, right? So somebody on Twitter goes, this is a travesty. In no world will with common sense does Post Malone and Best Rap Album belong in the same sentence, right? So hey, that was crazy. Somebody said the AMAs said that Taylor Swift is Artist of the Decade and Post Malone is the Best Rap Album of the Year. Go home, AMAs, you're drunk, right? Somebody said Post Malone shying away from rap and then winning Best Rap Album is funny, right? And then somebody else said Post Malone says he's genreless, right? Pretty much distances himself from rap. Award show. Let's give him Best Rap Album over Travis Scott. LMAO, right? And all that is true, right? He kind of was like, no, I'm not a rapper. I'm not just a rapper. He didn't even want to be associated with that really, truly, and necessarily. Now, yeah, he collaborates with rappers a lot like Sway Lee. Yeah, he goes on tour with rappers a lot like Sway Lee. Yeah, he collaborates with people like 21 Savage, but so do other people in other genres, right? And for me, I look at Post Malone as a pop artist and a pop star. But he even came out with a song saying that he was a rock star. But for some reason, they still gave him Best Rap Album of the Year, which is in fact pretty crazy. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Alright, yo, so real recognize real, right? Y'all know Bobby Shmurda from Brooklyn, hot nigga, the shmoney dance, all that stuff. He's locked up right now in prison. He was sentenced to 7 years, right? Well, really, he was actually sentenced to 5 years. And they were going to give Rowdy Rebel, who is Bobby Shmurda's right-hand man, who also, all the shmoney in my pocket keep me lit. Both of them from Brooklyn, right? Bobby Shmurda's from Flatbush, Rowdy Rebel is from Crown Heights, right? And they was going to give Rowdy Rebel 10 years, and they was going to give Bobby Shmurda 5, right? If Bobby Shmurda actually took the 5 years, he would be out right now making music, right? But I guess the prosecutor said, listen, Bobby Shmurda, if you take 2 more years, just 2 extra years, instead of 5, you'll take 7, we'll reduce Rowdy Rebel's sentence from 10 also to 7 so that both of y'all get out at the same time, right? Crazy ass deal, but Bobby Shmurda went and he took that deal because he said, what's 2 more years? I want my mans to have some time cut off, right? That's some stand-up and noble type stuff, right? So at the end of 2020, Bobby Shmurda and Rowdy Rebel will both be coming home, right? And we can't wait. And I'm from Brooklyn. I live in Brooklyn. The city is gonna go crazy. We really gonna be, we got Pop Smoke out here. We're going to the party. We got Fetty Luciano. He GS9, right? When Bobby Shmurda and Rowdy Rebel come out, they're gonna link up with Casanova, Fabio Foreign, it's about to be over, yo. Punch, it's gonna be over. Brooklyn, we're gonna be lit, right? And that's just me being super excited for street music and BK, right? But anyway, so Boosie goes on Instagram and he's like, solid as a rock, right? It's a shame how the world don't glorify the real ones. SMH, free Bobby Shmurda. Rats get more love than stand-up guys, right? And you know that he's talking about 6ix9ine, right? How in the hell are people championing and celebrating this dude Tekashi 6ix9ine when he told on Shotty, Crippy, Mel Murder, Fu Banga, everybody else, right? And everybody from Trey, but Bobby Shmurda didn't tell on anybody from GS9 and also took 2 extra years for his mans, and people ain't really talking about him, right? I just really think it's about the music, right? When Bobby Shmurda got locked up, he released 1 mixtape, and a lot of songs on the mixtape were fire, but he got locked up quick, right? Within a couple months of him coming out, right? Even though he had a co-sign from Meek Mill and a lot of other people, right? Whereas on the other hand, 6ix9ine had about 2 years out here to come out with 2 full-length albums and do a bunch of features. So just in general, you know, off of GP, people, you know 6ix9ine a little bit more than Bobby Shmurda, right? But when Bobby Shmurda gets out, he will be doing features and doing all that stuff too, and I can't wait, yo. It's gonna be fire, yo. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. So Tay-K goes on Twitter, right? And I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically he's saying that I want to apologize to my fans and my supporters for letting my management and label convince me that it wouldn't be a good decision to speak out against the way the media makes me look and the complete lies they spread. But I'm going to make sure that the truth about my life and my character gets out with or without management or my label. The ways that the media inaccurately portrays me has affected my life directly. So instead of me waiting on my team to get the bright idea to speak up on my behalf, I'll just do it myself. Of course, I'm not perfect, but I'm most definitely not this monster that they portray in the media, blah, 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 right? Okay. Tay-K. He is putting the blame on other people and not taking the responsibility for the own mistakes that he's done, right? Now, yeah, I know for a fact that a lot of record labels, if they see you act like a Christian and they see you acting like the goody two-shoes and they see you acting like the good guy, even though you might not always be 100% the good guy, that's the image that they'll push out to the public, like a Chance the Rapper. Chance ain't no angel, but that's the image they push out to the public. We get it, because that's like really kind of his personality though, right? Same with I don't know, Casanova. You know, they push out a gangster image and Casanova's not a super gangster all the time. He ain't banging on breakfast, but that's the image that they're putting out because he is a gangster, right? At the end of the day, right? They always say Drake is soft and he always messes with the ladies and all this stuff like that because he sings for the ladies a lot, but he ain't no bit like Drake ain't soft, but of course he does care about the ladies, so they kind of push that image towards the people, right? So Tay-K, you were acting like, you know, a gangster. You was outside. You was, you know, doing the race. And so that's the image that your record label pushed towards the general public and the people, right? You got to understand, man. Tay-K is locked up in prison right now. A couple months ago, he's actually locked up because he had to go on trial for 2 murders, right? He received 55 years for his involvement in one of the murders a couple months ago, and now he's on trial for another murder, right? And all this happened during the time that he was on the run because he cut off his ankle bracelet and he basically went from San Antonio to New Jersey. He robbed some people, he beat up some people, allegedly he shot some people. We don't know, right? He's on trial for it right now. We don't know, but he already does and was convicted and was guilty of the one murder, which he got 55 years for, right? So one, Tay-K, nobody really cares about your image because, bro, Tay-K is gonna see the light of day. Even if he is found not guilty on the second murder, he ain't gonna see the light of day until he's at least in his 40s for the first one, right? Secondly, it seems like he's blaming a lot of other people for the missed decisions that he made. Oh, my management. Oh, my media. Oh, this and that. And this is why I'm portrayed like a monster, right? Instead of you being like, well, I did shoot that one nigga, so I guess that's why I'm portrayed as a monster, right? You know what I'm saying? So all of that is just kind of crazy to me, right? But then again, man, hey, that's what a lot of people do when they look. Tay-K is mad young too. I think he's like 19 years old, right? So, you know, it's hard to find a 19-year-old that's gonna be, you know, very mature and say, I accept the responsibility for my actions. Even if that 19-year-old wasn't locked up in jail for murder, right? Even if that 19-year-old gets, you know, expelled from college or fired from their job. Of course, a 19-year-old, so I'm not gonna really blame it on Tay-K and come at him all hard. They're gonna be like, oh, my manager doesn't like me. Oh, my co-workers, you know, didn't cover my shift. That's why I got fired. Because when you're that age, yeah, you're gonna blame other people for your mistakes anyway, right? But you should learn from them. It's just messed up that Tay-K's mistake was so big that he gone, man. He gone. You know? And I just really think he probably shouldn't say anything. Just chill, do your time, don't let your time do you. Read some books, and just try to figure out a way to, you know, coexist with your current situation, man. And it's all really sad anyway. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me at Johnny Fastlane on Instagram, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.